WAGAKKI Band, except it's not WAGAKKI Band. Yuko Suzuhana, except it's not just Yuko Suzuhana. This group, I believe, is called HANAFUGESTU, I think is the name of the group. I'm trying to get that right from the kanji, so apologies. My Japanese is not as good as it should be. But basically, this appears to be a side project that has come off of the whole WAGAKKI Band thing. Because WAGAKKI Band are currently on a hiatus. It started from December for the 31st of 2024. And you know, it was interesting because they kind of said that they were going to be doing other activities, but it wasn't quite clear what they were going to do. Now, this particular group, some people have told me about this already, so apologies. I don't know how much I should already know about this. And I remember covering a song before that was Yuko Suzuhana and a couple of the members of WAGAKKI Band. So is this the same project? There's a few things I want to cross-reference in my mind. Is this a continuing of an old side project of WAGAKKI Band? Is this a new thing? Is this something they're going to keep on doing during the hiatus? There's a lot of questions I have, but the one thing that is very true from, in my mind, well, actually another question is, why is this an official Msic video? I love when things like that come up. But yeah, one of the questions, well, one of the things that I can be very certain of, is that first of all, I've said before that Yuko Suzuhana remains one of my all-time favourite singers, just flat out. I absolutely adore her voice. I love the fact that she's got a voice that both channels the traditional Japanese sound, but at the same time, she works it into modern contemporary music so well. Absolutely love that. And of course her skills as well, she's obviously very familiar with lots of traditional Japanese aspects, but she does things like piano, which we'd still consider to be more of a Western instrument. She's a beautiful pianist, and she just seems to have this ability to both be very in tune with all kinds of music and with the culture. But my understanding is that this also includes her husband, who's the koto player from WAGAKKI Band, and I believe the shakuhachi player as well. Now, I am someone, and you're going to have to excuse the fact that this is going to sound extremely nerdy, but I have always had adoration of many different musical styles, including classical, including Japanese folk music. I adore the sound of koto, shakuhachi, and maybe some shamisen as well, but just koto and shakuhachi music is gorgeous. So if what we're about to get is koto and shakuhachi music with Yuko Suzuhana's voice, then I'm going to be very, very happy. But I don't know exactly what we're going to get. It's 5 minutes and 10 seconds long. Yep. And it's called Fantasia Night, which sounds very classical. At least that's how it's reading here. I actually don't know what these kanji mean, so I can't verify anything beyond that. But still, it is an official Msic video. Sounds Russian. Anyway, let's dive in, have a little listen to this. I'm just really excited about this. Yuko Suzuhana, hero of mine. I think she's amazing. I absolutely love this. It's on her YouTube channel. Let's give it a go. And once again, as well as talking about the music after this, if you can get in the comments, tell me anything more about this project. Is this the same project I listened to back in the day, a few years ago? Do let me know. And I think it was something about them walking around in a park. I don't know. I could get confused about various things. And there was piano in that one as well. Anyway, I don't know. Let's listen to this first of all. I'm excited about this anyway, so let's go. Perfect start. Oh, it's that same place they film all the music videos. Band made endless story, anyone? Okay. Yeah, it's your shakuhachi. Oh, and it's the piano, yeah. Sounds a bit like an Otsukarai song now. In a planetarium vibe. Alright, let's go. kick only beat underneath is a really nice bottom layer. Got a little heartbeat. So thick sound. Getting a lot by that thick bass, and then using the bottom notes of the piano, you get a really nice sustained thick sound underneath, and it just gives you so much room for all these beautiful sounds to glide over the top. It's a very interesting soundscape. It takes advantage of so much of the beautiful clarity of modern recording and production and mixing. But it's all about these traditional sounds. The WAGAKKI sounds, you may say. It's really yeah. I mean, it's one of those. It's one of those pieces of music where I think it somewhat transcends the idea of let's leave that on there, credits. It somewhat transcends the idea of just how you'd normally look at a song. Now, obviously, it has a lot of the things going for it. It has a nice melodic chorus that is very memorable, and it's sort of got a stirring emotional feel to it. It has all the structural things that are very nice, and that WAGAKKI Band themselves were so notable for, just the layering, how beautifully every single layer of the instrumentation. You've got the fast moving right hand on the piano, you've got the long held notes on the left hand, which is what you expect, but it's so beautifully played into that. The shakuhachi sort of with its sort of nice sort of moving rhythms, sometimes little quick notes and slower bits, and just all these layers of different speeds of note progression, and everything just sort of lovely layering on top of each other. Nothing just feels like it's doing the same thing. As you can pick apart all these beautiful little details doing different things all at the same time, and yet it still feels very spacious. The song still feels like it's not cluttered. It just feels like these beautiful details bouncing around all the time, and obviously that all supports Yuko Sasahana doing, as I say, this beautiful stirring melody over the top. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I really love, again, I think that really is before we even get onto the tonal aspects of it, I love the fact that the song has so many layers. And this is why it doesn't have to do anything particularly complicated with its melody or its chord pattern. It can just go for a nice, traditional, simple, easy melody that's just, yeah, again, just very straightforward and very easy to access and enjoy. Is because all of the detail is happening and just the way that everything's layered. And that really comes through to, as I was going to say, the main point with this, which is that it's so beautifully performed by people who are obviously so comfortable. Oh, sorry, just flicked you in the air because you're the microphone. So comfortable with the art of, you know, these Japanese instruments, with just Japanese music. And it's interesting because a lot of the time when you hear things like, I like a lot of older jazz music, and when you hear modern jazz, a lot of the time it'll be like jazz instruments being played over like a much more modern beat, and in a way that will kind of like, it'll suck the life out of the jazz. You know, it won't feel as free, it won't feel as bouncy because you're trying to put it over like a 4/4 beat and, you know, make it like that. And my concern would be if you're going to take traditional Japanese music or anything traditional or classical and put it to a modern beat where it's much more sort of onto a rhythm, your fear is that you're going to suck a certain aspect of life out of it. And this is what I love about this, is that nothing about this feels this way. Everything about this feels very free, very open. All of the instruments still feel as lively because it just feels like the backing is there more just to sort of tighten it up. And, you know, that low end, you've got that thick low end with those sort of nice, smooth bass tones is there to give like an underpinning, but it's all there to just provide a bed on which the instruments can, the traditional Japanese sounds can sort of shine in their own way. You know, everything feels like it's got room above that, and it's just providing this very sturdy, thick, like undercurrent to it. I always feel beloved to say like a rhythm section, because it's not even so much a rhythm. You've got that little heartbeat style kick drum and everything, but it's more just that it's giving like a thick bed of sound on which this can all expand. Yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I really do. In a way, like, I mean, I've said this before, I love WAGAKKI BAND. I do not keep up with WAGAKKI BAND as much as I should, but a lot of that is because of the fact they do so many covers and things like that, and I much prefer hearing their original stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love Senbon Sakura stuff, it's absolutely beautiful, but for me, the best stuff is when they're doing stuff that you can kind of feel it comes from them. You know, you can feel that they're not just applying their sound and skills to other people's music, but doing their own thing. Now, interesting enough, this could be a cover. I actually have no idea. This could well be a cover. If it is a cover, then a lot like Senbon Sakura, it feels like they've made it their own in a way that is much more, much more fulfilling. I love when things just, when it feels like it's their song, and this feels very much like it's theirs. So I don't know if it is, but it certainly feels that way, and that to me is brilliant. By the way, I'm looking at the credits, and they've got gaffers. If you're English like me, just the term gaffer, I love that. So I've heard this beautiful song, and the gaffer on this one was Masahiro Tsuda. He's a gaffer. Okay, cool. Sorry, that's just such a British thing to interject with suddenly. Actually, a bit of an English thing I could put. So it's just like I read that. He's the gaffer on this project. But anyway, oh dear. Anyway, so yeah, I thought this was lovely. I really adored this. Let me know what you think. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think as well. I do think as well this is a lovely expansion. We've had a lot of WAGAKKI BAND. I'm looking forward to more WAGAKKI BAND, but I'm actually kind of excited for a little bit of time of just more of this. I'd be happy with, because this is a beautiful counter. This is a beautiful counter. In the same way that WAGAKKI BAND bring together the traditional and the contemporary rock sound so well. Sometimes, there's so much rock out there already that sometimes it's nice to hear them lean into the traditional Japanese aspect, as that is perhaps the more rare and unique part of what they do. No disrespect to, obviously, the other more contemporary instrument members of the group, but I'm kind of excited to hear this as, like, just to get a little bit more of an expansion upon that side of what they do. Might have already heard this project before, like I say, with that other video. Do let me know. Always, as mentioned, get into the comments, tell me what you think, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, drink coffee. Ciao, ciao.